First thing you want to do when you are doing constructions is make sure that you can draw a circle. And when I mean draw a circle, I mean the goal is really to get it to start and stop at the same place so that it's pretty difficult to see where I started and where I stopped. It was like right over here. Okay, you want to make sure that you don't clench in your compass or pull out your compass as you work. So take a minute and just start drawing some circles, even if they overlap. Try to make the starting spot and the ending spot the same, so that when you start and end, it looks kind of seamless over here. You can even try to make it a little smaller. You could try to make it a little bigger. Before we do anything pressing with these, let's try to start making some circles around here. Another thing, I don't know if you can tell, but I have a few sheets of paper underneath the paper that I'm working on. And that allows this point to spear through a bunch of papers, not just one. So you may want to have out your notebook underneath this and put it as almost like a cushion, like put a notebook and then put this over it. And then it does make things a little less slippery for your compass. So drawing circles is all well and good. If you need another compass, just reach out and ask me. I can definitely arrange that. That's no big deal. But one thing I'd like to accomplish today is doing something with this compass relating to geometry. So you need a blank sheet of paper, and I would prefer you probably not use graph paper or lined paper. Of course you still can, but it'll be easiest when you use just a plain sheet of paper. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a circle, and this circle can be any size. Now the trick is you cannot move your compass. You can't change it. It's got to stay exactly this big. Once you draw your circle, it's got to stay this length, the length from the center, which we can even darken up if we wanted to, where we punctured through, to the edge of the circle. Now what I'd like for you to do is I'd like for you to pick any point on the circle and darken it. I'm going to pick right here. Doesn't matter where. And we're going to put our compass point on that point. And keeping our compass exactly the same this whole time, we're going to make a little arc on the paper. And I'm going to transfer my compass to right where these two cross. That arc crossed the circle, and I'm going to make another arc. And I'm going to transfer right where that one crossed the circle, and I'm going to make another arc. And I'm going to transfer and make another arc. And transfer and make another arc. Now, if you make this last arc, odds are it's not going to line up perfectly with that point. It's kind of supposed to line up perfectly with that point, so I usually just don't make the sixth one, and I use that original point as my sixth one. And I'm going to actually have you darken up right where that arc hit the circle, and this arc hit the circle, and this arc hit the circle, this arc, and this arc, and this one. Now these are 6 evenly spaced, equal spaced points all the way around this circle here. So my goal, I'm going to have 2 goals here that I'm going to have you try. One is going to be to make an equilateral triangle, which means all the sides are equal, inscribed in a circle. And an equilateral triangle needs 3 points. So I'm going to pick maybe this one. It doesn't matter which 3 you pick. It does kind of in a sense where you pick 1 point. You can't pick this one next to it. You have to pick this one, skip 1. Can't pick this one, skip it, go to this one. We need 3 evenly spaced points around the circle. And if these are evenly spaced points around the circle, then if we were to connect them, we will make a triangle with 3 equal sides. Now notice I'm using my ruler, but I'm not using my ruler to measure or make 3 equal sides in a certain length. I'm using my ruler just to give me straight lines. So technically, these are required on a Regents in Geometry, and normally you would have to use some type of straight edge. We give you rulers, but you could honestly use anything as your straight edge to be able to, I could use this manila file folder to draw that edge over here. You're not really supposed to be using your ruler to measure. You're actually using your compass to measure. So I'd like for you to practice that a few more times. And then I'd also like for you to try making a hexagon. And a hexagon is going to use all 6 points all the way around connected to each other, because a hexagon is a 6-sided figure. And if we try to make a regular hexagon, we want 6-sided figure with equal sides. So I'm going to have you practice these 2 things. I'm going to go through it quickly one more time, trying to make a hexagon. And then I want you to take that blank sheet of paper and just practice. Six sides.